Holy fuck. Son of a bitch, man. Alright, so I just got back from work, and this is by far one of the most creepiest experiences I've ever had by myself. Now, before I dive into this video, I'm just gonna say the stuff in the background is some old gameplays that I have. There's some trick shots, some hit markers and stuff that I haven't used yet, and I just figured why not just throw them in the fucking background. But more importantly, this video is about what just happened to me. So a couple of videos ago, I talked about how I own my own business now. Now, the thing about this business is it's kind of in a strip mall, okay? I'm surrounded by all these other different businesses, but I am more of a late night business, and everybody else closes at 4 or 5. I stay up until 8 during the weeks, and I stay up until midnight on the weekend. So tonight, 8 o'clock rolls around, nobody else is in this strip mall besides me. I'm literally the only car there, the only person still there. I'm the only lights on in this entire strip mall. There's like 20 other businesses there. So I lock the doors like I always do. I always lock the doors at the end of the day. I always lock the doors, and then I go back and I'll reset the rooms and I'll clean shit and I'll just do stuff that needs to be taken care of. I didn't have a single customer all day. So this kind of gave me a chance to go through all my rooms, see if there's anything I wanted to improve. It gave me a chance to go clean a bunch of shit. I mean, I could clean the bathroom how I needed it to be cleaned. So about an hour goes by, I get done cleaning all this shit that needs to be cleaned, and I start heading back towards the lobby. Now, it's kind of hard for me to describe how this business is oriented, you know, how it looks on the inside, but it's only 1,700 square feet, which is about the size of a 2-bedroom house. So it's not like this big giant building that I would get lost in and I wouldn't hear somebody else come in if they came in. The walls are paper thin. I can see all the way through it. Like, there's no way somebody would have been in this thing the entire time without me knowing. Anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I'm walking back to the lobby of my business, and as soon as I open up the door, there's a man standing in the middle of my lobby. Now, from what I could gather in the quick half a second that I wasn't shitting my pants, this guy was about 30 to 35 years old, had a scraggly beard, he was dirty, I mean, I've never seen him before in my life. I would say he was anywhere from 6'2" to 6'5". He wasn't much taller than I was, but he was taller than I was. He probably weighed anywhere from 167 to 174.2 pounds. Had really bright blue eyes, he had blonde hair, he had like a dirty blonde, sandy blonde beard. I'm sure he liked long walks on the beach and going out to movies and stuff, but that's not what I was really thinking about at the time. So I kind of stop and gather myself, and I'm just completely startled, because there's a man sitting in my lobby, and I know I had the door locked an hour ago. So I just kind of stop and look at him, and I'm sure he could tell I was just freaked the fuck out. And he just kind of looks at me, he's like, can you tell me where a gas station is? So I point him out to the nearest gas station, which is like a half a mile down the road. And this right here is the part that just completely blows my mind. He turns around, walks back to the front door, and has to unlock it to go back outside. So this leaves me with two options that just happened. So like I said earlier in the story, I closed the building an hour ago before I had this confrontation with this man, which means that this guy had been in this 1,700 square foot building, a 2-bedroom house sort of thing, the entire hour without me knowing. He must have been really fucking quiet, hiding behind a door somewhere, just I don't know where this man was. Or he walked into the building, turned around, locked the door, even though it was already locked, so he had to like force his way in or some kind of shit. Maybe the door was just jambled, I don't know. But either way, he had to turn around and lock it again whenever he came back in. Both situations are freaky as fuck, especially when I'm the only person there at 9 o'clock at night. But the fun doesn't stop there, my friends. If you were in my shoes, you might be a little freaked out right now, and I pretty much was. But I locked the door after this man left, and I went back doing what I was doing. Obviously, I was still a little flabbergasted, but I finished up everything else I was doing in about 20 minutes. So I turned off all the lights and everything, I turned off the air conditioning, I turned off all the electricity, unlocked the door, walk out, turn around, lock it again, turn around, and that man is sitting right there by my car. Now, like I said, I am the only person out here, and I have the only car in this little strip mall. And the way this strip mall is it's right across the street from the actual mall of the town, but it's on a little side street, so you can't see it from the main road. So if this man just wanted to straight up kill me right then, he could have and might have gotten away with it. But this was like one of those scary movie jump scares. It's like I got my keys, put it in, turned the lock, pulled it out, turned around, and boom, guy right there in my face. And he just stares at me. He's like, where'd you say that gas station was again? And again, it just completely throws me off, and I pointed out where the gas station was, and he just looked at me and just started walking off towards the woods. It's just a completely mind-blowing experience, and I mean, I don't know if I escaped death or what this man was. Maybe he was an escaped convict. I don't know what was going on with this man. But I guess I'll find out again tomorrow night whenever I close. But I knew whenever I was opening this business that I wanted to get a gun. Now, the thing is that I have guns here, alright? You're allowed to have guns in your own home in Kentucky. Now, we're also an open carry state, which means I can have a gun on my hip if I want to, as long as it's visible to everybody around me. But I don't have my conceal and carry, which is the big one. Conceal and carry means I can have the gun where nobody else knows that I have it. Now, this law only applies to Kentucky. I'm sure there's some other states like this, but I know this is what it's like for Kentuckians. In order for me to have a gun at my business, I would have to have my conceal and carry because it would be hidden. A business isn't considered your home, which is why at home I can just have a gun if I want to for my own protection. Which really sucks because at the house, I mean, I have a 308 in my closet, there's a 12 gauge behind the front door. I mean, there's just guns everywhere in this house in case some shit pops off. But without my conceal conceal and carry. I can't drive with it in the glove box in my car. I can't put it in my pocket or anything. I can't have it at my business. Now, to do this conceal and carry, you have to take a 6-week class. You have to wait on some shit. You have to pay some money. It's a bunch of different things for the process, which really sucks because I would like to have my conceal and carry right now so I could be prepared for a situation like that if it happened again tomorrow night. I'm just a big fan of, you know, protecting myself, and I definitely want to be prepared for the worst if something like that happens. It's always better to have something and not need it than to need it and not have it. And tonight, I felt like I needed it, but I didn't have it, and it was a really uncomfortable situation because I would have had to, you know, fight him off with my bare hands, which I might have been able to do, might not have. You never, I mean, you never know what somebody's capable of. You never know if he has a knife or anything like that. I didn't even know if this man had a gun. I don't know anything about this guy, but I mean, it's just a really eye-opening experience, and it's a really shitty thing because I have enough stress on myself right now. I mean, I'm a 22-year-old graduate who's trying to make it on his own right now, owning his own business and everything. I'm having to work another job right now to try to pay bills for the other stuff. I mean, I don't need this shit on me right now. But a lot of weird shit's been happening lately. I mean, the other day there was this 15-year-old kid that walked up to the house and asked me if I could use my phone, kept fidgeting around in his back pocket. I mean, that's just stuff that doesn't usually happen around here. So, I mean, I don't know what my town's turning into. I don't know what the world's turning into right now. But, I mean, I definitely don't feel safe where I'm, like, I don't feel safe right now. But I figured I would make this video for you guys because I talked about it on Twitter and a lot of people were wanting to know a little bit more about the details and everything. So, like, I guess here you go. I mean, I'm still a little bit weirded out right now, but, like, you know, I'll be fine. I'll be totally okay. I'll probably forget about it. And, yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of the video right there. I hope you enjoyed my little story I had for you guys. And I'll try not to die. I don't think anybody wants me to die. Well, there's a few people. But drop a like if you enjoyed this. I mean, it's definitely a different kind of video. I don't think I've ever made a video like this before. And one thing before I go, speaking of being scared shitless, I am going to be bringing back a series that I did around Halloween last year. I think I only had like 300 subs. It was before the first Kiwis diss track. I mean, this is OG Crypt before anybody even knew who the fuck I was. I did a series called 13 Nights of Crypt where I played scary games for 13 nights in a row. Well, I played it for 9 and then I had like a little fucking epic meltdown right there. But anyway, I was going to play a scary game 13 nights in a row and, you know, I called it 13 Nights of Crypt and it was just fucking awesome. And I think I want to do that again because the the fucking Jason game that's out right now, I definitely want to play that shit. I mean, it looks so fun and, you know, it's a scary game and I can definitely finish. Emily wants to play. I have Slender downloaded that. I planned on doing that for last time. I still have Outlast. I mean, I can get Outlast too. I'm definitely going to be doing this again because I love doing this. And honestly, the Scare-Tosh that I have on this channel, which was a compilation of all those nights, is my favorite video on this channel. So comment down below if you want me to bring back this series. I'm going to bring it back no matter what, but I want to see if you guys are hyped for it. And that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to try not to die tomorrow night. Deuces!